In this episode of Fly on the Wall, me and my mom chat about a new direction when it comes to dating and marriage. So, listen.
My weed man got the hook up, rolling up.
That's what sustains, that's what keeps relationships and that's what keeps marriages, together. Because you grew to love each other. You grew
Right.
into that. You didn't fall into that by mistake. So, that's kind of like how I look at it. And it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
When
it
you take the
does.
time- When you take the time to get to know a person and you just grow to love them because
Because you gotta focus on your lifestyle. Because, like I said, if you know what you want and where you're going, and you're focused on that, because that's a lost element too. Because a lot of people don't know where they're going, so it's like you don't have that. So how can I please you if you don't even know what you want? And then you arguing, and that all causes problems. So now, like, really getting time to know yourself and figuring out what you want out of life and where you're going is so important. Now I know how important it is.
Yes, it's very important that you know yourself. Because the bottom line is, how could you love somebody else if you don't love yourself? And in order to love yourself, you gotta know your damn self.
Right. Yeah,
In
absolutely.
order to do that, you gotta know you.
But you know what?
Love you.
But even, and of course, that's the beginning when it comes to just yourself as an individual. But then when you take it to the next level and you want to then be in a relationship or partnership or marriage, whatever you want to call it, that is already done. But now you got to figure out if that other person lifestyle and direction coincides with you. But first you got to figure out if they even have it. Do you have direction? What's your plan in life? Like, these are questions that, look, you can't be afraid to ask. Like, well, what do you plan on doing in life? Like, if it's like iffy and they don't know, that's a red flag, because I don't want to be around you while you figuring it out. Like, I don't got time to build nobody and have them help them figure out what they want to do in life. Me personally at this time, like, what I've gone through in life, I've done that trying to do, let's work together. Like, it's too difficult to try to work with somebody to help build them, know themselves, and then work on a relationship at the same time. Like, that makes it difficult.
It's not possible. It's not possible, and it definitely most of the time does not work out. If you don't know yourself and know what you want, you're not going to ask that question.
Right. You don't even know to ask.
And God forbid if they turn the question back on you. Okay, so what do you want?
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't tell them, how the hell are you going to ask somebody else that question?
Right.
So that's why people don't do it, because they don't know.
No, you're 100%. Those are things they should know, but it's not. But me right now, I do know that, so I know how even asking the question, how important that is. Like, we have to even know do you even have an answer? Because again, once you start to fumble over there, now you like, well, Dad, I haven't even thought about that.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
So, but some people have to go through experiences. Some may be a little tiring or bad than other experiences, but that's what it's all about. Experiences is when you learn something from it, and then you don't say, oh, that was a bad experience. That was a learning experience,
Right.
when you get something out of it. But if you keep on talking, oh, that was such a bad experience in my life, no. That means you ain't learned shit from it. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
You learn nothing from it because you keep talking about it was a bad experience, or that was a bad relationship, that was a bad this, No. If you learn something from it, you're going to say, that was a learning experience. That's exactly what it was. If you learn something from it. So, life itself, that's an experience. life itself.
Yes, the learning journey of life.
Absolutely.
If you look at it like that, I think you'll be a lot happier and on your journey. But like, so the whole thing about love being last and really putting love last. Not to say that obviously the actual love, because lusting for someone, you can lust for them, and that will begin the process. It begins the process to attract you to that person. But
exactly.
Knowing what the path they're going on and how you guys could be partners through this journey is more important than whether or not you love them. Because that is like, what? One time, I learned this. I learned this a long time ago. Not to say that I put it in practice, but I can remember a time in which I remember I started at this job.
Well, can you pause 1 second? Let me just get some gas here. Let me tell this guy what I need.
Mm-hmm. Pump that gas. Oh, my shoulder.
Okay, can you fill it up, plus?
Plus.
1 second, let me just clear this out. All right, go ahead.
Well, I started working at this place, and the guy that was a supervisor, and I wasn't attracted at all, but after working there for some time or whatever and interacting with him, I liked him, and he didn't seem as unattractive. He wasn't like, oh, he's fine, but it didn't matter as much. He wasn't that unattractive actually, because I started to, get to know him, how he operated. It was, what other parts about him were more interesting. So even that, even times in which they may not initially be like the most attractive person, but people are dating and looking for people. That's true. I guess if you are, that's kind of harder. When you're dating and looking for somebody, that attraction, it kind of matters more. You know what I mean? Because it's harder to maybe come across somebody that you could get to know for other reasons.
Yeah, it's like, people say beauty's only skin deep. It is. When I look at that singer, what's that singer named Seal?
Yeah.
You see Seal and his wife, she's a model or something. I don't know if they're still together.
Oh, no, they're not. I don't think they're together, but you talk about Heidi Klum.
Yes, and just look at the way he look. You're like, oh, Seal is, I don't know, is his face burned or that's just like the way he look or what?
Yeah, but
I don't know, I don't know what happened to him, but I'm saying to myself, God, here she this model. It's like, okay, is it for the money or whatever? She got money. She got big buck. So I don't think it was for the money. She obviously went deeper than the doggone skin.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. And that's all about just,
starting with yourself. No, it's starting with yourself, because
right.
you gotta be comfortable with yourself and confident in yourself. And also, so another thing that was mentioned was, like arranged marriages, how those last longer.
Oh, right.
Because they're arranged some people arrange them because of the family and the two families. I get that, but even just the idea of actually arranging a marriage based off of paths in life. And it won't be necessarily like, oh, these parents are picking. It's actually the person. Like for me, if I said to myself, you know what, I want an arranged marriage, and how I want to arrange my marriage is the person I want to find. I want to find somebody that's in my industry, that is doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like this is how I want to arrange my marriage.
Okay, that sounds fantastic.
Somebody that's in my. Everything is aligned with what, I want to do. And if it's not maybe exactly aligned with what I want to do, that means he's good and he's kind of, we still are able to coexist, and he do his thing and I do my thing, and he doesn't disrupt me and I don't disrupt him. So we don't have to exactly be in the same industry, But you got to be doing your thing. I got to be doing mine. And you got to respect what each other does and allow each other to continue on our paths.
Exactly.
And that's the type of, and you know, I mean, and once that works and is working, and you know, we can have fun together, we eventually will love each other.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I like that plan.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Arranged marriage. Yeah, because I want to get married one day. I want to get married for real.
Right.
You know, so I think that's a good plan. I think a lot more people should do arrange their marriage.
Absolutely.
And stop falling all over the daggone place.
Exactly.
Sit down and arrange that.
Right.
I'm about to write a book. Sit down and arrange your marriage. That would be good.